Hey guys, Halo Infinite Storm customization here, and we're gonna be reviewing the store this week. So we have Transgressor, and right off the bat I'll say their prices are not great. 2,200 for this is not acceptable. That is not great at all. Moving on to the armor and how it looks, well, we essentially have a kit, and I do think it looks good. It's basically Infected George, and they did a pretty good job at Infected George, I guess, like infecting it, floodifying it. The helmet, unfortunately, we can't have it as a separate piece, but the helmet is really cool because it's basically like a skull. The flood bursted out, maybe the visor exploded or something, and you can literally see the floodified skull, the eye holes, the nose holes. So that's really cool looking, and out of the mouth comes the tentacles. There's like those pustules all around and so on. The advantage of an armor kit is that certain bits of armor can be customized that other bits cannot. Like the legs right here, this can be customized. This can be, you can have like those bits, whereas if it was normal part of the armor, like you wouldn't put like where would you put all of this?
5 minutes,
5 minutes remaining. Where would you put all of this junk? Like this part on the leg, like that doesn't really fit the geometry of all of it. So as an armor kit, it gives more customization, but it would be nice if you could have the separate shoulders and so on, the separate helmet, separate chest piece. That would be nice. It also comes with the armor coating, and it's this one underneath, which is very floody, and it's basically George's colors but floodified, and you do have like the flood texture to it. So here's the armor coating on Mark 7, and you can see there's a lot of like flood gunk on it. All of those little flood bits and so on. So we have the other armor coatings from the shop and the battle pass, but this is a different color for the base, and it looks pretty cool, I think. Like, you can obviously use this to say like, oh, your Spartan's infected on another core, or oh, your Spartan just came out of a flood zone and he's covered in the flood bits, but he's not infected. So it's a good military colored coating. It's like it's George's colors, so it looks pretty good. So overall, does look good and it's cool, but no, the price is not acceptable one bit. And then we have Honored Cabal, which I also think is expensive. It may seem more reasonable than the other one, but they're still selling one armor coating for 800 credits essentially, which is bad. It sucks. It's not good. Overpriced. And if we want it to be less overpriced, you guys need to be vocal about it. So what do we have for this? We have a really cool model for the bandit, and we have a visor, and also the coating for all the weapons. So the visor is nice. It's if you cannot tell what it is, like if you're not sure, if you think it's just like a skull, no, it's the Dia de los Muertos type content aesthetic, and you have some of the colors that they use. We have one similar in the battle pass, but I do prefer this one, because the battle pass one, it looks just like metallic, so this one looks more proper to that culture. So it's a really cool visor, really cool and unique, and I like it. As for the model for the bandit, it's really cool in my opinion. The one downside, well, let's talk about the good stuff first. So some people have said, oh, this looks a little bit steampunky. It's still Dia de los Muertos inspired, and I like sort of the it would be brass, I'm guessing, if it was a real thing. But like these little fine metallic details, it just looks really cool. And you have like down here below, there's like, it reminds me of like a knuckle duster thing. And in the middle, it's actually, well, I would say it's kind of a downside. This part stays the same color. It's supposed to be wood. The details and stuff look really cool, although I wish that part would also take the coatings. Although maybe it's a bug, so who knows. But overall, that and the coating are fine. Well, no, I really like, this is like a really cool weapon model that I really like. But the coating, it's fine. It's a little bit steampunkish, sort of brass colored. So it's pretty good. If it wasn't for the price, I would say that it's a pretty good thing. Like if it was like 600 for all of this, that would be like, all right guys, go pick it up. It's pretty good. But no, it's not cheap. So yeah, guys, some good content, I guess, 2 new items, but some really terrible bad prices. So that concludes the store for this week. Next week we'll be having the Mark V, so stay tuned for that. Later, guys.